Hello, and welcome to Sunday's edition of Crossword Radio. This is your enigmatic host, The Brain, and today we get to do the cryptic. I like the cryptic that New Yorker publishes, and I don't know if I'll do this every cryptic, but I'll briefly go over about what a cryptic is and the differences. If you go to here, the puzzles and games sections of the New Yorker's website. Go here to the cryptic, how to solve cryptics. This is a pretty decent explainer. They have this good video here you can watch. They have an article you can read, and then here's some tests you can do to see if you got it. So, they're not like regular crossword clues. You're trying to, not trying to work out how the clue puzzles out to get the answer. So, for example, I can already see in this little example clue that they give what the answer is. A series ender in home game. In this case, most cryptic clues have kind of an indicator word that tells you what kind of cryptic clue it is, because remember in that article there are different categories of cryptic clue. So this is I think they call it a hidden word clue, but I've been calling it a hidden in the middle clue. I'm going to call it that, but the hidden in the middle clue. So in is our indicator here. So in the phrase home game, hidden in the middle is a word that can mean series ender. I'll give you guys a few seconds to figure that out. And yes, of course, it's omega, which is the final letter of the Greek alphabet. It's the series of letters of the Greek alphabet. The last one is omega. So let's go. Okay, let me check the recording software. Because these ways your puzzles are shaped slightly differently, to adjust it a bit. Okay, looks good to me in the software. Okay. Birds sneak to see bovine speaking. So remember that the definition is either at the beginning or at the end. So the answer could be birds, or it could be speaking. Sneak to see bovine speaking. Well, bovines, of course, cows and cattle and things like that. Yaks. And the moo is the sound that they make, but the verb is to low. So, like a sheep bleats and the sound that it makes is baa, right? But a cow lows and the sound that it makes is moo. So maybe we have low in there, or lowing. But to mean birds. Sneak to see. Well, I'm not quite sure. Is sneak some kind of cryptic indicator or something? Let's keep going. Let's maybe go for a shorter one. Oh, and I have my little pet theory I'm trying to prove over time, that during the progress of a month, that the cryptics get harder. And I do notice that we have less shorter answers in this puzzle? Maybe not. Not sure. Back in a month from Muscat. So, from Muscat, I think, is the answer here. This is probably going to be in Omani. And it's just a matter... Muscat is the capital of Oman, by the way, if you didn't know. And it's a matter of finding it in the clue, and I do see it. So this is back, just like the little example clue we had at the beginning that will be somewhere in here. This is a sort of a hidden in the middle, but it's a reverse hidden in the middle. And all we get is back to indicate that. But so in the phrase in a month, we can see backwards. We have Omani there. So That's how we do that one. And now that we have some letters in the grid, I will check all these crosses. Different people have different ways of solving the puzzle. Maybe we'll look for all the crosses and then all the downs or anything. My personal preferred way is go until you can get something in, get some letters in the grid, and then just start working the crosses until you can't, and then move on. So, speed of light over energy figure in geometry. Jeez. Oh, speed of light generally in equations, isn't that c? Like E equals mc squared, right? So is it going to start with C? A figure in geometry maybe is a cone. Energy is E. Maybe over is just on. Not 100% sure about that one. But let's leave it for now until we can either prove or disprove it. Recognize $1,000 present. If you are present, you're here, you're there. I am present, or a present might be a gift, or it could be recognize. $1,000, that's a, sometimes referred to as a G, just a letter G, or, 1G? Onig? That's not a word. Recognize $1,000 present. So if we put G there, what words go there? Nat, gnaw. I don't see that as either recognize or present. We could put a G here. How many words are going to fit that? Anything really? We put it here. Snag. Snug. None of those strike me as being either recognized or present. So I don't know. We'll need another letter for that. So that wasn't very helpful. Red onion loosely pressed in place. So this looks to me, I'm guessing loosely here is an anagram indicator. There's so many words that could potentially be anagram indicators. So I'm guessing this is an anagram of red onion, because not only do we have an N already. Move the puzzle there. I have to check the recording software again. Go down a little bit. Okay. We have an N already, but it's also the same amount of letters, right? It's 8 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, just like red onion. So I think that's what that is. Pressed in place. And 6-2. So, unlike regular non-cryptic crosswords, cryptic crosswords tell you at the end there with the 6-2 that it's a 6-letter word and then a 2-letter word. So they tell you how many it's going to be. I'm guessing this is going to be an N, because with pressed in place, I'm thinking this is either going to be in or on the final word here. Like jammed in or something like that. Pressed in place. So we have our 2 N's used already. We have REDOIO. A lot of O's, 2 O's still to use. And this is on, that might be in there. Recognize. So yeah, let's look at this for a second. Is this going to be I, present, or recognize? What about O? Present or recognize. I don't see that either. Present could also be present. If you present something, you offer it, you show it. You don't know. Well, it certainly seems to be tougher. Let's go for maybe some of these shorter ones down here. In retrospect, quite a large country. So it could be a hidden in the middle integrator. In the word retrospect, maybe? I don't see anything, though. Or retrospect quite? Means it would have a U in there, which is weird. And retrospect maybe is some kind of an indicator of a backwards hidden in the middle to mean a large country. It's only 4 letters. If the answer is a large country, or just country, how many 4-letter countries are there? There's not that many. Togo. You wouldn't call that a large country. In retrospect. Might just mean in retrospect. Yeah. Don't know. Rule-breaking decoy. So this might be a double definition clue where we need a word that means rule-breaking and a word that means decoy. 4 letters. Decoy could be bait. That doesn't mean rule-breaking unless it's a... Nope, this is an anagram indicator. Breaking is the anagram indicator in this case. You break the word rule to get lure, which is a decoy. Any crosses? Come on. Drop cow impressionist. And it's a question mark, so it's question mark clues and cryptics generally mean... yeah, in fact, I was literally just talking about cows up here, so... Right, so the whole clue kind of acts as both the cryptic and the definitional part. Well, sort of. That really, in this case, this is... I guess this would be a double definition, actually. A cow impressionist would be a lower, someone who lows, like a cow does, and to drop something is to lower it. Okay. In retrospect, quite a large country. We have that O in retrospect. It's the only O in there. What surrounds that? Orte, Osby. Tros. PSOR. None of that makes sense to me. Quite. What's quite doing there? Don't know. What about this one? Bury a medical trainee before fishing. So my guess is a medical trainee. What is a medical trainee? Is a med student? Is a resident? That's what they call those. Bury could be inter. Does that make any sense? Medical trainee before fishing. T. Not sure. Let's see if we can verify that with a cross. Grazing lands use traps randomly. So my guess is this is randomly. It seems like a very obvious anagram indicator to me. Maybe of use traps. USETRAPS. It's one 8-letter word. Grazing lands. Probably ends in an S if it's a single word. Most heartfelt. It's probably est. Grazing land pastures. Okay. Ooh, one. So that with the T there and the E from lower, I like inter. I for bury. I'm not necessarily getting the cryptic part of it. Medical trainee before fishing. Oh, okay. So this is the letters of trainee before finishing. Oh, sorry, before finishing. Why was I thinking that was fishing? I was just misreading it. Bury medical trainee before finishing. TRINE. So we're taking A and E out of the word trainee, and then we're anagramming it. Maybe. Not sure. Let's move on. What is this? Laos is a country. In retrospect. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to be going to mean in retrospect with AO. There's the only word, so few words could fit that. It's got to be Laos. Quite a large country in retrospect. Well, Laos is an anagram of the word also. Maybe that's what that means somehow. C Pros mixing strong brew. C's Pros. SEESPROS. Yeah, so it's another mixing again, another very obvious anagram indicator. And another 8-letter word, so one word, anagram of C's Pros to mean a strong brew. Oh, what's that stuff? Barley wine. No, that's not it. I hate barley wine. Fruit. Extremely long dash. Long, with peel on the outside, extremely long dash. Eaten by a monkey. Eaten by monkey. Fruit. Long with peel on the outside. Eaten by monkey. Eaten by monkey. Some kind of apple? A pineapple? So we have although, what's this? C's Pros. Espresso is a strong brew. C's Pros, yep. CBS hosts the Spanish and English stars. Well, the Spanish often is it means we're going to have EL somewhere in the clue there. CBS. Celebs. Could be stars. So CBS, right, hosts the in Spanish, which is L, and English. We're abbreviating English to the letter E. Not 100% sure why, but we are. M to mean stars, which are celebs. CBS hosts the Spanish. The cryptic crosswords have a lot of abbreviations like that. Large can be abbreviated to L, and you might see that somewhere, maybe on a T-shirt, something like that. You'll see the L. Or the word king can be abbreviated to K, because of course, on a playing card, on the king playing card, it doesn't have the word king written out; it just has a K on it. Or knight might be also abbreviated to K, because in chess notation, K is knight. Or no, N is knight, because K is king. So knight might be abbreviated to N. That would be probably pretty tough. But anyway, there are lots of little abbreviations, and I don't even myself understand, a tiny fraction of them. Like, why is English getting abbreviated to E for some reason? But whatever, that's what's happening. So CBS hosts means holds in the middle of it. The in Spanish, and then E for English to mean stars, celebs. Okay, shiny silver rubbish. So this might be what's called an assemblage clue. So we take a word that means shiny and then a word that means silver. To mean a word that means trash, rubbish, or possibly a word that means silver followed by a word that means rubbish. To mean shiny. And we'll say, if you see periodic elements from the periodic table, you often have to put in what the periodic symbol is for that, and silver is Ag. Is it possible this starts with Ag? Missing up emergency room call. Silvers. You think of a word that means rubbish or a word that means shiny? Could also be somewhere else in the puzzle like that. Obviously not there. Silver, sometimes you describe silver as, talking about someone's hair to mean sort of, what would that be, synecdoche, I guess, to talk about them being aged. They are silver, they are aged, and they have grown up. But then what is this? Shiny or rubbish? I don't see that. So I don't like that. Let's look at this one. We have a number of letters in here. Most heartfelt. On account of others. So I filled in earlier when we had pastures. I filled in that est because if the definition is the most heartfelt, like the earnestest, the most earnest, the most heartfelt, on account of others. Others, maybe O-T-H-E-S. Right? Anagram of others. Followed by or preceded by a word that means account. Or used ES and T. We have H, R, and O left. No, that's obviously not it. That's probably not a vowel, whatever that is. What about this one? New trend. Use false teeth. Well, false teeth are dentures. New trend. Well, I see. Oh, it's an anagram of trend use. So new in this case is the anagram indicator. Yeah, there you go. Like I said, see, almost any word could be an anagram indicator if you think of it right. So a new arrangement of the letters trend in trend and use can mean false teeth, which are dentures. Red onion loosely pressed in place. So here we go. Red onion only has one eye. We already have used it. So our second letter then can't be in. It must be on. I guess we don't really pressed in place. Do we really know that that's necessarily true? Ironed on. We do. Okay. Ironed on. What was this? Oh, here's the little example puzzle. Opening ender in home game was Omega. Okay, charm your way in. Well, a way in is an entrance, and so this is a double definition here. To entrance someone is to charm them. They have been entranced. You've put them in a trance. And then your way in is an entrance. Charm your way in. There you go. I like that. It's good. It's a good clue right there. Messing up. I mean, messing up maybe could be an anagram indicator, but with this N and messing up, yeah, okay, I get it. I understand. So it is messing up. I was thinking with this N that it might end in ing, and it does. So look at that ring that forms the word ring, and to call someone is to ring them. What is the emergency room? That's the ER. That's called that all the time. So emergency room and then call to mean messing up, which is erring, to err, to make an error. There we go. We're getting closer. So this is, so AG must be our, there's our silver. Then rubbish. Litter. Okay, yes. A glitter. There you go. So sometimes, for most of these, I've been kind of guessing the definition and guessing a word and backing my way into proving it in the, proving it cryptically. But for this one, I was able to solve it just with the cryptic part, and it took me a second because a glitter is a bit of a weird word. That's not one that came to mind for me anyway. So there we go. What's this? Job among beer advocates. Job among beer advocates. With this construction, that's probably an E, right? And when we're talking beer, I'm thinking bottles. Bottles? But I'm not really sure. Is there any other letter besides E that this could be? Like an I? It's probably a vowel. I think it's got to be an E, right? Beer advocates. Birds sneak to see bovine. Well, CO. Is that going to be cow? Birds. What kind of birds? Sincerest. Okay. That's the most heartfelt. On account of others. On account of, because of. I'm not quite getting it. I see the word since. I see the word rest. But it doesn't seem like that's what that's getting at. Since rest. I don't think I quite get that. Or even a little bit get that. Job. What kind of jobs are there? Or is this job among Beer. Advocates. Advocates. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking this meant job. I think it means advocates. So an advocate of something, a very dramatic way to describe that would be an apostle of something. So I see ales, a job as a post, right? So I was posted, whatever, in Brazil. So job as a post among beer, which is ales, because beer can be plural, and apostles. So birds sneak. Looks like it's going to be sea something. Sea crows or... No, because I like omega. Birds. Sneak to see bovine speaking. We're not 100% sure about cone, but we like ironed on. So really, we could have that. But I don't know if that helps us at all. Birds. I mean, there's like sea terns and sea eagles and stuff. Sea gulls, but birds sneak. Come on, we're so close. We just need to finish off these few. See bovine. Recognize $1,000 present. We like Omani. We like ironed on. Pressed in place. So what is this? Recognize. It's either recognize or present. What is this? $1,000. Recognize. Just can't think of any words that fit that pattern. Blank, N-O, blank. Like snog, right? The British word for making out. Just don't know. Birds. Sea crows, sea cows. I've heard of a cowbird. $1,000 is like 1G. Maybe it's an anagram of 1G, but Enog? Is that something? Yeah. I've heard of a cowbird. I don't know how to spell it, but I thought it was just COW, but I've only heard the word. I've never seen it written down, I don't think. Excuse me. Ironed on, Omani. Those both look good to me. Sneak. Birds. Let's see if I can maybe... Sincerest. Let's just take out all the letters I'm sure of. I'm not sure of, rather. So I think the probably answer is going to be birds, because I don't think it's speaking or bovine speaking. So it's got to be birds. Bird sneak doesn't make any sense. I think it's just a kind of bird. What kind of birds? Can you just think of a bird? Pigeon. I like cone there. Speed of light is c, over is on, and energy is e. Figure in geometry. Birds. Sneak. Sneak to see bovine speaking. So, speaking, we haven't had a homophone clue in this puzzle yet. Speaking or loud can, or heard, or anything that indicates like that. Could be a homophone indicator. So, bovine speaking may be a word that sounds like cow. Sneak. Yeah, I'm just... Well, like I said, I heard of a cowbird. Maybe it's spelled like that. We know that this was wrong. And how are we on? 33 minutes. Yeah, let's just check it and see where we have wrong. Everything, all of that is wrong. Okay. What is this? Good to know the cone is right. Come on. Come on. Go away. Recognize $1,000 present. Recognize. I just don't see what snow is a word that fits there. That doesn't make any sense. So if that's not see something, what is it? Peacocks. Those are birds. I guess recognizes to know. A K, a G, a K can also be. Right. $1,000 is 1K. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. I knew there was some other letter, and I just couldn't think of what that letter was. I got stuck on G. And the present is now, is in the present tense. There. Okay, well, the check helped us at least know that it wasn't some absurd thing. So let's go through the explanations here, because there were a lot of these I didn't quite get. Peacocks I did understand. Oh, peak ox. So the whole thing is it is a homophone clue. So to sneak to see, okay, is to peak. And bovine speaking, or bovine is an ox. Right, okay. Peacocks. All right, let's keep going. Back in a month from Muscat, right? Omani in a month reversed, yep. Red onion loosely, an anagram of red onion. Double definition for entrance and entrance. AG plus litter, yep. Grazing lands use traps randomly, an anagram of use traps. Right? A pun, right? The whole sort of clue is a pun. So a cow impressionist is a lower. C pros mixing strong brew, right? Anagram of C pros. Why have they done it like this? What happened up here? So right, messing up is airing, ER plus ring to call. Apostles. Come on. Right, post in the word ales. Okay, sorry about all this moving. Right, C, I think that was correct. So the speed of light is C, over is on, energy is E, and a figure in geometry is a cone. Series ender, right, there we go. Yep, K plus now. Since rest. So it is since plus rest. Most heartfelt. Oh. I see it. So on account of. So it's a little bit of an informal language, but since. So on account of you bringing dinner over, I didn't have to order pizza. So since you brought over dinner, I didn't have to order pizza. And then the others are the rest, like the rest of the people, the rest of the clues in the crossword, whatever. And I was stuck on the definition of the word rest, as in like to relax. So never mind. So since you brought over dinner, I didn't have to order pizza. And the rest of the people. Okay. Yeah. Fruit. So eaten by a monkey. So I see ape. Peel on the outside. Okay. To long for something is to pine it, right? I pined for my long lost love, or something like that. So that's what long is. Long is pine. And then the outside of the word peel is the letters P and L, and those are eaten by a monkey, which is an ape. Which is a little disingenuous because monkeys and apes are different things. Apes are a totally different order of animal than monkeys, but we won't get into that, I guess. But anyway, so PL inside of ape to get apple, and to long is to pine. All right. Yep, anagram of trend used, with new being the anagram indicator there. It's a nice anagram indicator. I like that. I like the entrance. Celebs, right? So CBS hosts the. They don't explain why here we're abbreviating English to E. Maybe anyone watching this knows. You can tell me. But okay. Bury medical trainee before finishing. Oh, and a medical trainee is an intern. I mean, I guess that's kind of any trainee is an intern. You can have non-medical interns, but whatever. Intern before finishing. So before you finish the word intern, you get the word inter. In retrospect, quite a large country. Jeez. So large is being abbreviated to L. I see that. A is just A. And quite is so. So that's quite hot. That is so hot. In retrospect. So in retrospect, I guess that means to reverse it. So reverse so plus A plus L. Geez, that's a toughie. Luckily, it's pretty short. And once I had the AO and I figured it was going to be a country, there's only one country that fits that pattern. And finally, we have lure, which that one was easy. An anagram of the word rule to mean a decoy. Okay. Kind of a tough one, I will say. It took me a while to get going. I threw in a guess at the end there and checked the puzzle. But then ended up everything I put in there was wrong. And eventually I did get it, though. So I'm not going to feel too bad about that one. But there it is. Thanks for joining me for another New Yorker Cryptic. I will see you tomorrow for the New Yorker Monday, their toughest puzzle of the week, or toughest regular crossword of the week. Should be a fun one. Alrighty. This has been your host, The Brain, and stay safe. Bye.